Hello gamers, and welcome to the second game of the rookie tournament December 21 final between Matoosh and nodeCommander. So check out my channel for a cast of the first game in case you haven't seen it yet. And this time we've got Matoosh on the left hand side in red, playing with Rezerv 43rd Army. Oh no, sorry, Matoosh plays with 1st Pancerna. On the left hand side, 1st Pancerna, the Polish tank division, and Maverick income. And on the right hand side, it is nodeCommander playing the Rezerv 43rd Army, also with Maverick income, so mirror income. And yeah, the map is Gora Kalwaria. And now let's take a look at the decks. So here we go. 1st Pancerna by Matoosh, Maverick income. I like the other Polish division a lot, Pieczotti. Yeah, and as you can see, he relies on some reckon. He's got a Steward, and I think these are snipers. No, they are not, but they have the Piat with heat shells, 200-meter range, so good AT capabilities. Then some infantry, in total 75 infantry, and you will need the Sapersi for CQC for sure. What's the Dragoni? Oh, they've got a Piat as well, and an automatic rifle, so also very good for CQC and yeah, longer distances as well. This is going to be his mainline infantry. It's all like one rifle, one automatic rifle only, not two, so that's a bit of a bummer. And obviously tank division, there are lots of tanks. He's got Shermans, Fireflies. The Shermans are all double vetted. The Fireflies are only double vetted in A phase. He's got 2 of them. And let's take a look at the Firefly. Medium tank, quite expensive, but this 170 millimeter penetration is really good. He's got the Achilles, which is presumably like a Hellcat. Or some, no, it's an M1 something, I think. Looks like it at least. A Cromwell in the support tab, interesting. Cromwell 6, assault gun. Yeah, and lots of AT guns. The Crusader is his AA choice. No Bofors. This keeps him mobile and a bit sturdier. The Sexton is something like a priest. There's a nice logo here as well, the emblem. And yeah, he's got his leader unit here as well, and then he's got quite a few fighter bombers and some fighters as well. So let's jump over to see nodeCommander's deck. So here we go, nodeCommander's deck, also Maverick income, Rezerv Army, Rezerv 43rd Army. He's got this BA-10M motorized Razvedka here as his Recon unit. It's nothing to write home about in the Recon tab, I think. The Sapere PPSH, they are super cool with the Panzerfaust and only 10 points. That's really nice. And he's got lots of infantry here for a tank division. Sapere Yorks are very strong. He's got the Strafniki Komrotti, 10 men. Yeah, so quite a versatile unit. Strafniki here, they are even fanatical. AP rifle, anti-tank rifle, 3 light machine guns, really good. Tanko Desaniki, you know, he's got quite some units here. Some more after Strafniki here, Fanaticals, really impressive infantry. Only 64 in total, but that's also because he brings lots of them in A phase. He obviously brings some Smersh. Well, why? Actually, obviously, because they are not disheartened at all. They give a discipline trait, maybe just to add to his ranks, possibly. Lots of Maxims. The SU-122 to destroy, take out take out infantry at the distance, 2 kilometer range, really powerful. Su-85 to take out tanks, 180 millimeter penetration is very good at 1.5 kilometers range only, but the AP shells still have 145 millimeter penetration. Good unit, only 70 points, single vetted. And then he's got the Zenard, 3 cards, 5 in total, all single vetted. He's got the Yak here, Yak 9B, cluster bomber, and more cluster bombers here. I mean, that's a good choice because he plays against the tank division, so he can use them as well. T-34s, none of them double vetted, and it will be interesting to see if we will see the IS-2. 3 cards of IS-2. I think he will most likely bring them to dominate, try to dominate all areas of the battlefield, like north, center, and south. Okay, let's see how they play. And here we are back on the battlefield on Gora Kalwaria, a map added by free reinforcement DLC some time back. I think along with Death on the Vistula. Left hand side Matoosh, 1st Pancerna, right hand side nodeCommander with the 43rd Reserve Army. This is the second game of the rookie tournament, December 21 finals, so check out the first game on my channel. And here it's obviously key to establish a bridgehead somewhere, and while these areas here can be considered rather open, here are some towns, so it's more difficult to rush over here. On the other side there's no direct town anywhere, but there's a forest here. So it will be interesting to see. The deployment is focusing a bit on the north for both players, and presumably because it's easier to defend the more open space on the southern bridges. Already an AA here, lots of AT guns, no AA for 1st Pancerna. And here they get rolling. Is anyone doing like something super aggressive? No. They're all just getting into position, mirror income. This is an aggressive move here, and this is possibly also why there's the AA, so that Matoosh can't really respond with a fighter. And there's some aggressive movement here as well, trying to get into the forest with 1 unit. I think the most interesting action will take place here in the beginning. The very cheap PPSH units, they are really good in their jeeps, trying to cross the bridge. The Vickers opening fire. Good positioning here. And there's the Steward, quick unload, and he's trying to reach the forest. But the Vickers doing a good job. There's a Hurricane already, which could attack, but it's not necessary. And there's a fighter coming as a response as well. We had the first tick. Now the Steward moving forward, but it'll stay here. And yeah, this flag has been taken by Matoosh. Then there goes down a Bedford, truck goes down. I think that was one of nodeCommanders. Lots of firepower here for Matoosh, and he will definitely hold this position. Now this unit is kind of like a backup unit, possibly to push here in case something comes along. Lots of units here by nodeCommander as well, including a leader. He's definitely going to try to make a move there as well, trying to split the forces. Nothing happening in the central areas, and the Su-85 also just sitting here, you know, with its capability, 1,500 meters, APCR shells, yeah, can just about reach the beginning of the bridge. Firefly incoming. That will be an interesting fight. Up here in the north, there's a fanatical backup unit. It's actually a close quarter sort of CQC unit, considering this 100-meter range. So not quite sure why this particular unit is in here. There's lots of close quarter combat units, so it's a bit of a defensive deployment to begin with. Also here some AT capabilities in case vehicles come along. And there's a mortar. All these places might have, you know, lights of sight here, like with the Razvedka and stuff. Mortar is opening fire immediately, but he's probably going to smoke this position. This Sapersi is getting ready. He wants to move in the Sapersi. I think the Sapersi is a bit too far behind right now. And the Su-85 might actually... Oh no, it's been moved. I think it did have a good angle, but now it does not. It's basically aiming at nothing. Bomb run here on the scout car. That's the losses that hurt. And then you need to consider, do I want boots on the ground that can be shelled by planes? Or do I want to bring an AA piece? It's a tough choice. Here in the north, no movement. Some more Strecki coming in. Getting into position. But the action is going to go down here. Is he moving his... No. SU? No. And the CQC unit against all these 3 units might stand a chance actually. If it picks them off bit by bit. First one going down. Very good play here by Matoosh. And the response mortar is coming in. It's 12-12 now again. Thanks to this brave move. And the smoke. Without the smoke it wouldn't have worked. But it's a very unfortunate placing of the Su-85 here. I mean, he's got this area covered now, so maybe he was more concerned about this. And now it's moved a bit. He's got this covered as well. Or is it the same position as before? I think it was a bit more behind just a few moments ago. A preemptive shelling of the road, but there's nothing that could be shelled. And the Sapersi clearing the forest, and Matoosh took back the island. Firefly here, also in position to shoot any incoming tanks without being too exposed. It's not in green cover though. Now double mortar. I think that nodeCommander wants to take the island back. No movement in the north. Good viewing here, good vision. Nice line of sight here. And another Steward coming in. Yeah, and there are some Hanko Desaniki in an M2A1. So with a 50 cal. Nice shelling, but Matoosh is also moving the unit away from the attack, and he's bringing in some support cars with infantry. Okay, they will arrive more or less at the same time, maybe. But these two stop, surprisingly, and he's bringing in the Piat first. Because he's expecting some armored vehicles, possibly, due to the smoke. So it's a counter-smoke push. So push, smoke push, and then smoke push. And he's also closing the line of... trying to close the line of sight here, because he's expecting some AT in here. But there is none. Well, that's actually a cool idea. Yeah, and this one goes down. Yeah, the Vicar still has line of sight. Now these guys are missing out the action. I think with these two guys and the vehicles, the island would not have been taken, or partly taken. Bit of a risky move here, but I guess he knows that there's only the Saperzi. Nothing happening in the north. This is also a good unit placement because of the AT capabilities. Oh, there was a... What did it go for? The cluster bomber. Third mortar coming. And it seems as if they are now counter-shelling. No. nodeCommander is shooting at the road. He's possibly spotted the Firefly. And Matoosh is trying to take out the mortars. This guy is swimming back. No action at all in the north. Let's take a screenshot for YouTube. Is there something incoming maybe? Some action anywhere? No. But there's a vehicle coming. Let's follow this tank. First Sherman. Heading towards the action. There we go. Being shot at immediately. And it goes down to the Su-85. Fantastic line of sight. Yeah, that's a problem now. And there's also the AA piece. So really tricky situation now for Matoosh. He might have to push at a different space or do something against this unit, and he does so by trying to take out the AA. Unfortunately now this guy is out of ammunition. Good suppression. Some models have dropped, still not fully suppressed, and yeah, still there. No action in the north, but here in the center, is this going to be a push immediately? Okay, it's a push across this bridge. Both bridges can be pushed, but there's an M42 lurking in the shadows of this forest, aiming at everything that crosses this. So let's see, maybe he smokes this off eventually, I'm not sure. Here's the expected Hurricane. He's most likely going for the AA to take it out after suppressing it with the artillery. It's not going down, but the Hurricane is going down. Oh, that's hurting. Yeah, Zenard's still a factor. And this one Saperi unit, 25 points, holding the flag. Now there's smoke. Potentially he decided to maybe go across this bridge after all, which I think might be the better call. But this, yeah, there's also line of sight here for the M42. Getting off one shot only though. And with the amount of units pushing in, there's a good chance he will win. Lots of T-34s are entering the battlefield in the north. And another Zenard. Possibly nodeCommander is expecting some more plane action here in the south. and he wants to solidify control of airspace. Good unload. Oh, but there's a nice backup M42. The Saperzi actually made it to here, but it's going down. Yeah. The SG-43 in the house will survive. The Vickers being pinned down. Oh. And some units are here in the backup, so it was not a fully committed push. Obviously a fully committed push would have been super risky as well. Some fight going on here as well. One unit by Matoosh goes down, but he manages to take back the flag. This is very important. Sooner or later he will need a supply truck. He's also withholding some infantry here. And now the Dragonia moving forward. It's more smoke. Yeah, and this is a very, very fortified position for both parties. Oh no, 2 more T-43s. The M5 goes down and there's no unload of the Dragoni. And we see some more Fireflies in the north. Some AA. And I think it's a priest, right? Looks like a priest. And again, another vehicle fell victim to this nasty Su-85. I think there's... yeah, it's a tough spot here in the south for Matoosh. The idea to counter here is really good. Maybe it was not quite committed enough, because now they are the T-34s. And together with the unit composition nodeCommander has got here, I think he will fight off this piecemeal push. Now the Strafniki are coming and more T-34s. I think the KD is currently in favor of nodeCommander and the tick, but nothing is lost yet, as we see continued artillery play here in the south. Radio range, this Senat's within radio range. We're still in B phase, middle of B phase now. 2 Yaks are entering and there's no AA. They will go for these vehicles here on the island. Maybe they are just target moved, so they just shoot whatever to stop whatever is in here. 3 of them. Oh yeah, and there's actually this AA. I've forgotten the Crusader. Yeah, but it didn't quite do that much. But the positioning is good. Can't be further towards the front line. No direct hit. It's very unfortunate. Only 1 model dropped. Yeah, and now he means serious business here in the center with some tanks arriving, AA support, artillery, and some infantry. Possibly not enough infantry, but we will see. But there are also 2 single-vetted T-34, one in the 76 variant, the other one in the 85 variant, which has the better gun, I think. Yeah, but with APCR shells, but it even has the better front armor. So it's all around much better. Now reinforcements for this AT gun and the mortars. No action in the north. And here in the center we will see some major action now. And yeah, this will be a decisive moment for this battle. The cluster bomber, is he going for the island? Yes, he is. Bit of an overkill, but he needs to clear that. He wants the flag. He's got the flag. Crusader with quite a decent range here. Double Crusader fire. He gets off the bump, but very good micro here by Matoosh, getting reversing the M5. Still no direct hits on the AA. Very survivable, but I missed how he took out the Su-85. Who took out the Su-85? Was that... That must have been... It could have been... No, it must have been artillery. We will have to check that out in the chronology. So minute 18 roughly. Now this is a bit more open. It would even be better now to push here after all than here. But now the units are here, he's committed. There's some more infantry and the off-map. That's a very good call. It's super difficult to get across the bridge once everyone is kind of in position. You need to dislodge your opponent or smoke off your smoke. Use smoke like they did here on the island. Now he's also Matoosh reinforcing the mortars. Good call. And the Sexton shooting at, yeah, this HMG. There are a lot of units. What's the range of this off-map? Doesn't say, right? But pretty cool. After the off-map, it can still serve as a recon tank with radio. Okay, now this position is being reinforced as well, but there's not going to be a push. Another cluster bomb. And he manages to, nodeCommander manages to surrender one of the M5s and reclaim the island for now. Both AA pieces dropped to 1 to 5 models, and now lots of Sextons trying to end the AA. Oh no, there's the Su-85. Possibly it didn't go down. Maybe it was just reversed further back and I didn't see it, or it's a new one, I'm not sure actually. No, there's the Su-85. It burned. Now the Firefly also just sitting here, 115 points. But after the loss here, it's quite understandable. This is also a clue, you know, if you are not sure if you've killed a unit or something, you can zoom in on the battlefield during the battle and see if there's a dead unit. Yeah. Now the AA net is much tighter now, but they still get the bombs off, so it's not tight enough. Just artillery action here. He's using his mortars now as well to cover this, so that's a good location, central location to cover this area. 3 kilometers range. Smoke incoming. Lots of suppression. The tanks don't start moving. nodeCommander knows what's coming and moves forward his T-34. It's very unfortunate for Matoosh that he actually has units here, but doesn't control the flag. I'm not sure why the front line goes like this. I think that's incredibly unfortunate, because these are not recon units, these are not designated AT units. So that's really weird, in my opinion. Let me know why the front line goes like this, if you know. Minute 22:40. Now, they're trying to get across the bridge. Oh, first Firefly goes down to the T-34. Oh, cluster bomber incoming. Yeah, it was a target hit at the bridge, no units there. Quite some action now. 2 double cluster bomber. Lots of AA fire. Look, it's again New Year's Eve. Oh, and Firefly goes down. Cluster bomb against the infantry is not super effective usually, but it was enough to pin them down and finish one off. The off map is coming. I wonder why the off map is coming now. Apparently it didn't come before. At least I didn't notice. And one AA piece moved as far as to here. That's quite cool. Yeah, and Matoosh actually got this flag, and unfortunately he doesn't hold this one. 70mm frontal armor for the assault gun is not enough to challenge the Su-85, which is sitting strong here. Okay, but he is swimming over with some Piat. That's a good call, and he is hopefully for him moving the front line. He somehow needs to solidify this bridgehead. He knocked out at least one T-34. Now the Zenard even has APCR shells. Some action here in the north. He's pushing now as well. He knows he needs to do something. Doing a full frontal assault. But it's not looking that good. There's lots of half tracks. The Strelke will lose against the tanker Thessaloniki. The Sherman is not moving forward. It's rightly afraid that there's an AT unit. More infantry now. And this central push basically has been stopped. Some more mortar fire against the Zenard, almost a direct hit. It's pinned down. And it goes down. That must be quite the relief. Well, it's not the mortars, it's possibly the priests or the sextons. Now shelling this M42 gun. Off map. 140 mil. It ain't that great to kill stuff. It doesn't seem to do much, to be honest. The T-34 goes down. And I think it went down to the sextons. They're within radio range. So that's really a good kill. Now the Sherman actually moved forward, but there was a T-34 now. There's no immediate map flag here that he could capture. So theoretically speaking, all this infantry could go through the water here into the Green Forest and then take it from there. The AT gun will be helpful if it shoots fast enough. But all these Strelke don't have AT capabilities. This one does, the Strelke Piat. Will he get the kill against the BA-10? That would be very important. Might get the kill now. Yes. But it's now in the crosshair of the T-34. Yeah, and I think the T-34 will end the career of this 6-pounder. No more pushing here. Flag defended by nodeCommander, and he holds this flag. Now it's again 13-11. As he is slowly but steadily ticking down Matoosh and his Polish warriors. And we also see the first IS-2. Where is it going to? It's going into this forest. So in case something comes, he will just move it forward and control these two bridges. It's now a very committed push in the north. It's actually not looking too bad. Obviously these two T-34s pose a huge problem. Good micro that he doesn't go on the road, because they would be killed by the T-34s. Now it's a good call to bring the Saperi PPSH for a very cheap close quarter action. The Stuart and the Sherman are trying to take on the T-34s. Well, it should be a job for the Piat here. He's got a better chance. He's moving a bit close to the forest line, and he gets suppressed. And the only shot he fires off doesn't kill the T-34, and he gets surrendered. That's unfortunate. The whole front line is collapsing now. Oh, this is not looking good. No more. Yeah, some more action here in the south. The Streiky is here, another Streiky arrived. Yeah, this positioning here is just so good. And he microed this constantly. Look, now he moved it back, and then when something comes he moves it forward and then backward, so he can't be shot at. This is just really good micro. I think these two Su-85s play a huge role in you know, nodeCommander ticking Matoosh down. There's no more units in here. Possibly, if a Dragonia was in here, not just a Recon unit, just here at the very front, Matoosh could potentially control this flag. It's just millimeters away, the front line. Yeah, this Piat actually gets pinned down, but it's getting pinned down by the Zenard. It's relentlessly firing at him. What's the target of the priests? It is the Zenard again. Will the Zenard go down? It's down to 4 models. Yeah, but that's pretty much very much off target. Good direct hit, two models dropped. Good suppression, and down it goes. Yeah, you need a lot of firepower to take these units out. Cromwell now pushing, trying to push, and there's the surrender. It was a very close match when it comes to flags. But the KD is clearly in favor of nodeCommander, and I think let's take a look at the Su-85. This was the first Su-85, I believe. Took out some units, and the other Su-85 didn't actually take out that much. I thought they would have taken out way more. Didn't take out anything. Okay, let's go for the chronology a little bit here. First airfight, first victim was Matoosh's Hurricane. quite some losses in the south, but then he recaptured the island. The Zenards having fun with the Sherman. Quite a few kills early on in the game already. And here we go, Su-85, Su-85. And then, the Su-85 went down to the Firefly. Sexton taking out the SG-43. Now Werefkine had quite some fun killing 4 units in a row. Basically 2 half-tracks with their passengers. The Sexton killed another one. Zenard killed the Firefly. Visor, was that the guy who killed the Su-85? No, it was Podgorny. Now the Tanko Yaseniki attack was successful here. And let's take a look if there were any hero units. This Sapersi possibly taking out these GPPSH units. Yeah, not really many hero units. Well, this is kind of a hero. The Mortar taking out the Zenard. Now losses. Yeah, like I said, the Su-85 here. I mean, they played a vital role at least. And then M42 gun. The Zenards. T-34s. That's possibly kills from this assault in the center. I think both players played really well. And nodeCommander did a slightly better job in capturing a flag and most of the time maintaining control, which forced Matoosh's hand, so he had to attack, and that is costly if you have to go across water and cross bridges and stuff. So I think that was one of the deciding factors, was this constant artillery fight, airplanes, AA pieces in the south, and that just went slightly in favor of nodeCommander, and slightly in this case was enough to not only give him victory in this matchup, but also he could crown himself as the winner of the rookie tournament December 21, organized by Herr Robert. So congratulations to nodeCommander for winning this title, and commiserations to Matoosh. He was a very worthy opponent, and both players in both matches did their best. And yeah, it was a bit closer than the KD suggests, as you have seen. So it will be interesting to see how they fare in the upcoming tournaments and also the upcoming league if they participate. I surely hope so. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you soon for more Steel Division 2 content. Until then, bye for now.